Hey, good morning, you COVID ninjas of class of 2020. Welcome to your first ELA lesson online. So, as you already know, our theme of our week is Earth Day, and hopefully, you guys have all been watching your seeds grow and in your Ziploc bags that we sent. But today we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about Earth Day. And we're also going to talk about how to find the main idea of what you are reading and also how to increase our vocabulary by doing some activities. So, this is basically how our lessons are going to be set up. I am going to do a model with you just like we do inside of the classroom. So we're going to read an article together, we're going to practice some vocabulary, and then we're going to answer some questions. After we do that, you're going to go into an assignment within ReadWorks, and you're going to do that on your own. You're going to read the article, and you're going to answer questions independently. So let's get started. So our modeling assignment today is going to be called A Day to Celebrate Earth. That's what we're going to be doing together. And then afterwards, you guys are going to complete the assignment, Take Care of Our Planet. So let's go ahead and click on this first assignment, and this is called A Day to Celebrate Earth. When you read, you can always do the play audio here, but for today, I just miss reading to you guys, so I'm going to read to you. This is called A Day to Celebrate Earth. So already I'm thinking to myself, when I read the title, it's going to tell me what the entire thing is going to be about. So I know that this is going to be about planet Earth and a day of celebration. And I'm guessing it's probably going to be talking about Earth Day, which is April 23rd. Okay, each year, Earth Day is celebrated in April. On Earth Day, millions of people will think of ways to stop pollution. They will talk about recycling, they'll talk about planting trees, and they're going to look for new ways to save energy and water. Lend Earth a helping hand. People have been celebrating Earth Day since 1970. Earth Day was started by a man named Gaylord Nelson. Nelson was a United States Senator from Wisconsin, and he was worried about the damage that was being done to our planet. So to celebrate Earth Day, people get together once a year to think about ways to protect our planet Earth. But many people think that every day should be Earth Day. They say that people should always work to stop and clean up land and water. Here are a few ways that you can help make every day Earth Day. Don't be a litter bug. Don't litter. Be a good example for other kids. If you see litter, pick it up and put it in trash cans or recycling bins. Recycle. Cans, bottles, newspapers can be recycled. That means that objects are put through a special process so that they can be reused again. Start a can recycling program at your school. Use the money you earn from returning the cans to buy new playground equipment or to have an Earth Day party. Save a tree, plant a tree. Paper is made from trees. You can save a tree by not wasting paper. Use both sides. Celebrate National Arbor Day by planting a tree. This holiday encourages people to plant and care for trees. Don't waste water. You can really conserve or save water. Turn the faucet off when you're brushing your teeth and washing your face. Save energy. Save electricity by turning off lights when you leave a room. And don't leave a radio or TV on if you're not using it. And that is the end of our article. So for today's lesson, we're going to do a little bit of vocabulary. When you're doing your independent, you will not be doing vocabulary. We're just going to work on it together. So you'll notice that we have 3 words that we're going to be working on. And the first word we're going to work on is conserve. Conserve is a verb, meaning it's something that you do. And when you conserve something, you'll notice that it says that you're going to keep something from being wasted, destroyed, or lost. So the sentence being used here is we are conserving water by taking short showers instead of baths. So we're going to go through to the very bottom and we're going to look at some examples of how the word or forms of the word are used. So if you know what the base word conserve means, you're going to be able to add prefixes and suffixes to that word and you can know what it means. Recycling also helps conserve Earth's resources. So in this aspect, conserve is meaning save or protect. You can easily conserve or save water. Notice that in this sentence, they're already giving you the definition of conserve, which means save. Here are some tips to conserve or save water. And if you remember, we talked about how you can turn off the faucet when you are brushing your teeth to conserve or save water. In addition, many poor countries don't always have a way to collect or conserve or save water. Number 5, they ask leaders to enforce laws that support the environment and conserve or save natural resources such as trees and water. So after we've read all of these different sentences, we can affirmatively know that if you're saying that you are conserving something, you are saving it or protecting it from harm. We're going to go back up and now we're going to look at the word protect. And hopefully you guys all know what the word protect means. It is a verb as well. It is something that you do, and it's a way that you defend or keep safe from danger. So if I'm protecting something, I'm protecting my son when I go to the store, right? And I keep him in the cart so that I know that nobody else can take him, right? I'm defending him or keeping him from danger. A fence protects us from our neighbor's dog. The new law protects workers against certain dangers and factories. So here we go. We've got some images to look at. We've got a football player. He's protecting that football, right? He's holding it close so that the other person can't get it. In the second photo, we see a lady that's wearing sunglasses, and she's protecting her eyes from the sun's harmful rays by using sunglasses. And then over here, we see a mama baboon and her baby baboon, and she's protecting that baby, okay? She's keeping it from harm. So once again, let's look at some different ways that this word can be used. Number 1, the skin plays many important roles. It acts as a barrier and helps protect the body from diseases. So it helps keep diseases away and keep harm away from our body. 2, spiders are helpful animals. They protect plants by eating insects, their favorite food that helps farmers keep crops alive. And I'm thinking to myself the other day in our basement, you know how I hate spiders, right? But I was doing laundry in my basement, and the basements sometimes get a little bit more extra bugs. So I look up and there's a spider web, and guess what was caught in a spider web? A queen bumblebee. And it was stuck in this web, and it was trying to get out and trying to get out. And so actually that spider web protected me because it caught that queen bee, which could have caused some serious havoc in my house. So even though spiders creep me out, they do kind of protect people and things. Number 3, the dam protects the farms from flood and saltwater that might travel down the river from San Francisco Bay. So the dam is protecting the farms by keeping the water away from them. 4, it was very important that all of the animals in the jungle knew what others' preferred foods were so they could protect themselves. 5, efforts are being made to protect horseshoe crabs. Scientists warn it will take 20 to 30 years to see if the horseshoe crab population has increased. So these animals need protection because they're an endangered species. 6, hard shells protect turtles. A predator cannot bite the hard shell, and some turtles pull their legs inside of their shells to protect themselves. Number 7, a clownfish has scales on his body. The fish sleeps in the branches of a poisonous plant, and the plant helps protect the fish at night. Very smart. 8, coral reefs are incredibly threatened. They require now more than ever that people pay attention to them and work towards protecting them. 9, some ants are soldiers. Their job is to protect the nest. So soldiers protect, right? They stand near the nest entrance and guard it. They fight off enemy insects that try to enter the nest. In 1960, the land was made of a protected area for animals and plants. So that area protected animals and plants. Kimley saw that at least 7 kinds of sharks are endangered. The number of those sharks has dropped in the past 10 years, and Kimley hopes that people will protect them, protect the sharks, keep them safe from harm. And then finally, sentence number 12, pain is pretty unpleasant when it happens, but think about this way. Pain protects us. When we sense pain, we know we should stop doing whatever it is that we're doing because it hurts. So remember, Protect means to keep from harm. Finally, we've got our last word for the day, which is recycle. The definition of recycle is also a verb. It is something that we do, and to put used things through a process that allows them to be used again. The city recycles paper, glass, metal, and plastic. So what people do is it goes to a recycling facility, and then a lot of times they'll melt it and reuse the plastic and then make other things with it. And that way that it doesn't go to our trash heaps and take up space on the earth, and it helps protect us. So we've got a little girl, she's recycling, she's going through trying to figure out, paper goes here, plastic goes here, glass goes here. And here they're recycling these different areas when they're rebuilding something. So we've got 4 different sentences to talk about being recycled. Number 1, things made of plastic can be recycled. They can be made into something new. The message seems to have stuck with 9-year-old Aaron Smith. When you recycle, you save trees and animals' homes. Cans, bottles, newspapers can be recycled. That means that these objects are put through a special process so they can be used again. People will recycle paper, bottles, and cans. When something's recycled, it's made into something new. So we know that recycling means putting a process through to make something useful again. So those are our 3 vocabulary words today. Once again, they're recycle, protect, and to conserve. Now we're going to go and we're going to answer some comprehension questions about the article that we read. So let's look. Our first thing is someone would read this passage to what? Would they read this passage to learn about Earth, to learn about trees, to learn about the life of Gaylord Nelson, or to get information on how to best take care of the Earth? Well, we definitely want to think about the title, which was A Day to Celebrate Earth. Okay, so was it to learn about Earth? Did I really learn anything about Earth when I read? I feel like I didn't. I learned about different ways to protect the Earth and different ways to conserve, but I didn't really learn any information about the actual planet, so I know that A is wrong. Did we learn about trees? A tiny bit. There was a small detail in there that talked about trees and how paper comes from them, but the entire article wasn't about how to learn about trees. Letter C talks about the life of Gaylord Nelson. He's the guy that went ahead, the senator from Wisconsin that made Earth Day, but that was just a small little detail. It wasn't what the entire article was about. So what information on how to best take care of the Earth? I think that would be the correct answer. So I'm going to click D, and you'll notice that it's highlighted. 2, the author mentions Gaylord Nelson in this passage. Well, we just kind of talked about that. Why did they choose to talk about Gaylord Nelson? It was a small detail. Did he start Earth Day? Did he start Arbor Day? Was he a senator or was he from Wisconsin? Well, the first one we can get rid of is B, because we know that he did not start Arbor Day. He started Earth Day. But we also knew that he was a senator and he was from Wisconsin. Now I need to think to myself, okay, why did the author decide to talk about Gaylord Nelson? Did he talk about him because he was a senator? Did he talk about him because he was from Wisconsin? Or did he talk about him because he started Earth Day? Well, I know that the entire article is about Earth Day, so I'm going to choose A. The reason the author chose to talk about Gaylord Nelson is because he started Earth Day. Number 3, in this sentence, if you see litter, pick it up and put it in trash cans or recycling bins. The word litter can be replaced with words or words. So what word or words could we use to replace litter? If you see milk cartons, pick it up and put it in the trash cans. If you see paper, pick it up and put it in the trash cans. If you see trash, pick it up and put it in the trash cans. Or if you see trees, pick it up and put it in the trash cans. Well, definitely D's out of it. So we have milk cartons, paper, and trash. I'm thinking that we wanted to talk about litter is not only things that can be recycled, but it's anything. So I think the best answer would be C, trash. 4, the author includes the part called save a tree, plant a tree. A, to encourage people to save paper. B, to encourage people to plant trees. C, to teach people about Arbor Day. Or D, all of the above. Why did they choose to do that? Well, did they talk about all three things? They did. They talked about why it was important to save paper. They talked about why it was important to plant trees and to teach people about Arbor Day. So our best answer would be D, all of the above. And our final is a short answer questions, and it says, what would happen if humans did not take good care of the earth? I'm going to think about this for a minute before I start writing. So, if humans didn't take care of the earth, what might happen? Well, we might not have trees. We might not have enough water. We might have too much pollution. So those are three different things that could happen if we didn't take care of our earth. So, if we didn't take good care of the earth, we may lose trees, water, and have too much pollution. All right, notice I only wrote a sentence, right? I didn't have to write a whole entire paragraph. And then when I'm finished, I'm going to click next. It's going to give me my answer. Hopefully, we'll be able to see that. All right, so, and then this is vocabulary, but we're not going to do this part for us today. Well, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and try it right now. So we are going to, when you're doing your independent assignment, are not going to do the vocabulary. What is the meaning of the word conserve? Does conserve mean to save, change, or hit hard? We know that conserve means to save, so we're going to click on that. What's another meaning of the word conserve? Does it mean to protect an environment, to draw back? Well, we know that save means to protect, so we're going to click A. Please use each answer choice only once. Choose one word that best completes the sentence. There is a blank trend in the nation. Is there a conservative trend, a conservation trend, a conserve trend, conserving, or conserved? And we're going to notice that it is conservation. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stop there because I want to make sure that you guys have enough time to go to your independent practice. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your assignments from Google Classroom, and you're going to complete the article, Take Care of Our Planet, and this is what it's going to look like. So you are going to read this section. You can listen to it if you want. And go all the way down, and then you're going to answer your questions. So there's going to be 6 questions, and some of these are going to be short answer, but I think you can do it. Remember, if you need them to read the question to you, you can click this button, and right next to it, just like our social studies, it will read.
What do the 3 R's stand for?
Okay, so notice that you did this, and it's at the end of every question. So you're going to answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions, 6 questions, okay? And then you're going to click submit and you'll find out your grade. If you have any questions, please join us for community time. Today, I believe that Ms. Vulai is going to be available at 9 a.m. and I will be available at 1 p.m. and we'll post those on Google Classroom. So thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you complete your assignment, and if you have any questions, you just let me know. Take care.